Okay, hello. um, this is so I did ayahuasca, which is the very ancient plant or like a mix of plants that ancient Peruvians would take to have some mystic experiences or to just connect with the other world, right? The energetic world, that so on and so forth. And well, I'm here to tell my experience. So I'm in Peru right now. For the people that don't know, I'm of course, like, I'm Peruvian, and I left Canada uh, for good, like last year. Sorry, this year yet. It's still 2024, and I'm going through a process of self-discovery. Like, I think, like, I've always liked that. I've always liked self-discovery, like knowing those hidden parts of my psyche. And yeah, that as I've been doing that. I've been uh, working on my business, and also the self discovery of my psyche, my, you know what's inside my subconscious, or like what's inside my mind. And anyways, I did ayahuasca last week, and I never thought about doing ayahuasca until I saw like a TikTok of a guy saying, "Hey, like that he created like a compound of ayahuasca, a new compound." Like, he said, like, this is not like the traditional ayahuasca, but it's it gives you is the ayahuasca, but like, let's call it like ayahuasca 2.0. Okay, so this guy made it. He calls it my ayahuasca, and I was sold. I was watching him months, and seeing reviews and seeing other customers' experiences, and I was like, okay, this guy seems legit. Okay, he's not a scammer, because there is a lot of scammers there, and you need to be careful with ayahuasca, because if you don't have a guide, it is like, if you haven't worked on yourself and you just throw yourself to the plant, to this ancient healing plant, the plant can show you stuff that you cannot process, can show you stuff that you cannot believe, maybe. And if you are not ready, if you haven't worked on yourself, you don't know anything about, for example, your inner demons or your shadow, like the psychologists call it, it's like it's gonna be really hard for you to process it, and you might end up having like a bad trip. And that's like, imagine being stuck in like in a nightmare for 5, 6, 8 hours. Because I've had bad trips before, and it's no joke. It's like it's a nightmare in real life, and you cannot escape it. Once you are in that loop, you cannot escape that nightmare. So, anyways, I did it. I did ayahuasca, and here it is. I can show you. This is it's called my ayahuasca. I don't think it can, like, the autofocus is no, yeah, there it is. Yeah, anyways, So I have to say that you need to take. They told me to take one per session, one per week. However, I just took one. I think one is enough for me, but maybe I will do one. I don't know if I'm feeling it like. But anyways, it was a very the trip start. Like, I took it, as I said, like last week, and it was really. I thought I was scammed, cause tastes like. Okay, here in Peru, there is like chancaca honey. So chancaca, I think, is like a plant or a root. I don't know. It's not a fruit, but it's like, I would say it's not a root. It's a. I think it's a root, chancaca. Okay, but correct me if I'm wrong. But so this thing tasted like chancaca honey, and I know because chancaca honey, it's my childhood, right? Because I was born in Peru, so I was like, okay, like this tastes like chancaca honey, you know. This is not this is because I saw videos of people drinking ayahuasca, and they don't like it. It's like a taste. It's like a, I wouldn't say bitter, but it's like not pleasant. But I did, and it was sweet. It's like chancaca honey, and I thought I was scammed. So I felt like, okay, maybe this is an ayahuasca, and for some reason, like maybe the TikTok thing, it was like it was a very well orchestrated lie, you know, for me to buy it. But anyways, I surrendered to the process, and I was like, okay, maybe it is. Let's think it is. Let's keep playing, acting that it is real. So I started meditating. I was like, okay. And like after 1 hour, I couldn't feel anything. No, I turned off the lights. It was around 2 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., and I turned off the light. And I remember suddenly I caught myself with my hands like this, with both hands. Like doing this. I don't know why I did it, but I caught myself like, why I'm touching my face, and my hands were touching my face, and I was feeling all my face, and I was like, wow, this is pleasant. Wow, this is really, I like it. I like the texture of my face, and how it feels. And then I realized, okay, maybe I'm starting to, to get in they say like there's stages, right? There's the first stage is like the entrance, like they call it that way. And it was like taking off, and I felt it, and I felt like they recommended me to do it with eyes closed, so I did it. My eyes were closed, like, and my eyes were closed, and I saw, I was in like, okay, it's like Egyptian holes, in a hole, big hole, like Egyptian style, and I was walking through the hole, but I was looking for something, like a video game. I was like a maze, I was going for here, right, left, boom, and I was looking for something, and it felt like the visual is not like you see it in the movies, but it's like the Matrix. When Neo see the zeros and 1 0 1 0 1 0 green, kind of like that. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was an Egyptian hall. And I was going through that. I was walking or flying maybe, because I was going really fast, like looking for a door. And then I think I found the door, and I met an entity. It was a female entity, like humanoid entity, and she was white. Like white like this, like white. Not like Caucasian, like this, white. And this is what they always say, that when you see an entity when you are doing any trip, or when you are in a dream or anything, you are meditating, you need to ask the entity, who are really you? Because they say some entities, they put like a mask of for example, of your grandfather who passed away, of your I don't know, some relative who passed away, of some friend, or like Jesus Christ, or anything that you respect, or anything that you love, or anything that you venerate. Okay, so I asked that question, like, who are you really? And fortunately, the entity replied to me and say, the name is not, you wouldn't understand the name, because I cannot even pronounce it, but it was kind of like Baruska, or Baruska, or Raduska, algo así, something like that. You know, I'm speaking in Spanish a little bit because I've been living here for 2 months already. And the thing is, like, this entity communicated me some stuff that I made sense at that moment, but I don't remember fully. But what she said, or he, by the way, she had like kind of like a lionless face, like a humanoid between like a female and also like a lion or like a cat. And yeah, she communicated me many things of compassion, many things like, yeah, everything will be okay, everything, I'm here to guide you. And she didn't talk at all. She was communicating me through ideas. So and by the way, I saw her, you know, I saw her I was with my eyes closed. But she told me important things, really relevant things, but I don't remember. Maybe I'm meant to not remember that. Afterwards, I just felt, I think I entered. I think she like opened me the door to it was when I took off, the effects took off, and I was looking for this door, and then she appeared, and then I knew it. Then I knew, like, this is a weird feeling, but because I've done psychedelics, I felt this way before. I was in a room that I felt is familiar. Like, it's like, wow, I've been here before. I could feel it. The walls, and the walls are not walls like we can see here in this 3D world, right? It was kind of energetic. Okay, it was kind of like I felt like we never move. Like I can go to China, I can go to Japan, I can go to Russia, but I never move. I'm always there. And maybe one theory is like, is me, right? Is my body, is my mind, this energetic vessel, that wherever I move, right, it's following me, right? Because I'm here. That's one theory. The other theory that other people on Reddit, they say, is like we are plugged. Like this is a simulation, and we are plugged. We are plugged to the computer, and we are in this simulation. But anyways, I rather believe that it's the first one. It's like we're in this vessel, and I was completely aware of the vessel, of this, of my mind. Mind is everything, right? Let me check if everything's okay with our audio. Yes. And anyways, I felt I was like, okay, it was not scam. It's this thing. It's working. I was like, okay, this is working. And I know many people say they see visuals. I didn't see like the visuals that I show you here, right? Honestly, I didn't see much of it. I saw images, yes. And I saw images, for example, I've been debating if I'm meant to have kids, if I'm meant to be a father or a family guy, because I've always been like this. No, the freedom, I want to be free, but also I've always been a family guy. Like, I like, one part of me is like, I want to have a lot of kids, and I want to have a big house, a lot of kids. They are like very united, very caring of each other, and I guide them, and I have the time with them. Like, that's one of my really passions, And it's funny, but when I did ayahuasca, I saw it. Like, the idea of having kids came to me, and I was like, okay, I it's not like a process anymore. It's like, how can I explain it? In the Matrix, when Neo get out of the Matrix, and they are training him, martial arts, right? And they put like a disc. He's plugged into a training simulation, and they put a disc of martial arts, so he can learn karate, kung fu, and he does. It's like that. It's like boom, like it was like a download. It's like boom, okay. And I was like, okay, there's no doubt I'm having kids. So, well, that was kind of relieving, because I was like, okay, I thought it would be a process, right? Like, and also it's your ego, right? Our ego is it's attached to our some identity we have, right? And the ego, like everything in this life, doesn't want to die. So your ego will hold on to that. Hold on, like, no, like you are like you are like the free guy, you're the free guy who has the freedom and stuff, and you shouldn't have kids. And I think in that trip I could let go of that ego, and I was like, it's okay if I have kids. If I don't have kids, it's okay. I'm gonna be fine. But I rather have kids. Yeah. It was a beautiful experience, but that was just an image of me. It's an idea. It's like a download. Like, okay, I have kids. I'm gonna have kids. Yes. And I met my higher self. Finally, I met my higher. I've met him before. Your higher self is you. It's like, imagine you are playing GTA and you are the character. And the character, the character who steals cars and drives like crazy and unalives, other people. He doesn't know he's a character, right? But he plays the game in that game, in that simulation. So the higher self is like not the character, but is the one who's playing, the player, okay? The one who knows that's not real. The one who knows, this is just a video game. So I think I met him, chilled it, and I asked him some questions, because that's what I did in ayahuasca. Ayahuasca, you do it. I think I should have said this at the beginning, but ayahuasca. What's wrong with this? Ayahuasca is for you to find the answers you don't have, or for you to go. If you are, imagine you are if you're in a bad spot, and you're aware of it. Yeah, you can do ayahuasca. But also, if you want some answers, if you've been working on yourself, I think ayahuasca is like a good boost. Like a boost that will give you. I don't think ayahuasca kills you, but ayahuasca gives you the diagnostic of what's in your life, what you need to fix, or where is the root cause of one of their issues. And yeah, I met my higher self. And one of the questions was why I'm not creating music like before, okay? Because this past 1 year, this past year, I've been focusing on business a lot, like learning how to do sales, marketing, branding, approaching clients, managing video editors, because I have a video editing agency, and I've been focusing on that part. When that's my nature as well. Like when I focus on something, I go really hard until I get sick. Until I get sick of it. And that's what allows me to have some success as well. And well, that was my question is like, why I don't feel the drive, why I don't feel because I used to feel before this sense of creating something. Music, music is part of my soul, it's part of my, as cheesy as it sounds, it's part of my self-expression. But I just wasn't feeling it. And then I asked him, what's wrong? Why I'm not making more music? And then my higher self told me, oh, you can do it whenever you want. Like you just can sit and start making music. It's not like, it's not something you should be asking for. It's in you. And I felt it. I felt it was in me already. Like again, like the disc in the Matrix. Like, hey, here is you. It's like he activated in the software. Like, hey, no, it's here. Boom. And I felt it, like, wow. And I felt it here. And he told me, remember to don't think or see or feel from here. From here, he told me. This is the part that you need to feel from, that you need to see. Don't see it from here. These are your eyes. That, yeah, you can see this Matrix, right? This video game. Like the logic, right? The logical mind is here. But you need to, when it comes to music and when it comes to your art, when it comes to everything you do, from here. And then I focus, like, and I was acting from here. And funny thing, he told me, you know why you made this? Look, I did this. And he told me, I did this before. I liked it, honestly. And because I did this to remember something that happened to me important in Thailand, that I got sick. And this is a reminder. Because I got sick. My eyes got like kind of like an accident, and my eyes veins burst, and I put this eye here to remind me every time I see myself in the mirror that, hey, you don't want that thing that happened to you in Thailand, you don't want it to happen again. So, because in Thailand I was trying to control everything. I was trying to sometimes I was like a control freak, to control this, control that, control that. But controlling made me sick. At the end, I was really sick. And I wasn't enjoying anything. I was not enjoying even the trip at all. And then this eye is for me to remember, okay, like, this is, don't try to control everything. Let your life flow, you know. Let things flow. And he told me that, you know why is this? It's because you also, you know, well, my higher self is me, right? But that we know that you need to see through this, you know, through your heart. As cheesy as it sounds, you need to see, you need to feel everything you do it from here. From here. This is where the starting point. Not this, he told me, not this. If you're trying to make music from here, it's not gonna work. I was like, okay. I understood completely that idea. I understood it, like, and I could feel it. And I was like, okay, like. However, he told me as well that there is some dark side in my music. There is some dark side, like there is some repressed emotions, repressed expression. And he pointed out, he said, hey, here you have some shame. It was a feeling of shame, I think, yes. And grief. Some shame and grief of you expressing yourself. that you need to work on it, he told me. It's like a trauma stored here, and I could feel it. I could feel it was down here. And I, like, all my eyes were closed, but funny enough, I could see all the room. But energetically, I could see everything. Like, the higher self was there. I could see, the floor, the walls, but with my eyes closed. Again, it's like when Neo is, he becomes the one, the chosen one, and he can see the 0 1 0 1 0 1 in the matrix, right? So I could feel that, and he taught me how to release trauma. But for this, I knew already a technique about like releasing trauma prior to the ayahuasca trip. So I did. So that's why I say, like, if you've been working on yourself, it's fine to do ayahuasca. If not, you will not know what to do with what is showing you. It will be like a trip, like a movie for you. And oh yeah, and maybe some things will scare you, because the things that he showed me scared the fuck out of me. Anyways, but first, he just showed me, like, he told me, breathe. I did like a deep breath, like, and he told me, shake, release, and shake. And I was shaking like a motherfucker. Like, I was shaking, every single cell of my body was shaking. I shake like I've never shaken like that before in my life. I was shaking everything, every single, my legs, my fingers, everything, my head. And after that, I felt really a relief, a relief. And he told me, you need to work on this. He told me, you feel ashamed for self-expression. You feel like kind of like a shame, like a guilt. Kind of like, maybe, he didn't show me the root cause, but like the experience, right? But maybe when I was a kid, I expressed myself and someone didn't like it and someone cut it out, someone told me, stop doing that, or someone mocked at me, hey, like, what you're doing is stupid, I don't remember, but I can feel it. It happened. I can feel it, yeah. And he told me, you need to live with that trauma. Trauma doesn't go anywhere. Trauma will, this is for, people who think about that trauma healing. Trauma will not go anywhere. It's like a scar that you have, right? You need to learn to live with it. And that's what he told me. Like, you just learn to live with it, because you are repressing it. You will, if you try to repress it all the time, it's gonna run you. It's gonna run your life. So what I did was, I did plenty of times that like trauma release. That's a better word, trauma release, because it's energy. And I felt really relieved. And by the way, well, this is after, but okay, first I'm going to talk about the energy. He said we are all energy. He told me everything is energy. As you can see, everything is, I could see it because I was with my eyes closed, and I could see the everything, like the Neo again, like Neo, when he sees the 0 and 1, 0 and 1, I could sense that everything was the same. Everything was this was this was made by the same, like this is just energy. For example, I'm just energy. The microphone is energy. The camera, is recording is energy. My phone is energy. So everything is energy. And then I asked him, hey, how to make more money. I asked him, like, how to be wealthy, be like a millionaire, And he told me, money doesn't exist, man. Money is not real. What's money? Money is thank you. Money is thanks. When you do something, the thank you is the money. The thank you is, they don't even need to say thank you to you. To give you the money, and that's the thank you. That's thank you. And I was like, oh, that's interesting, okay? Keep going. And he told me, if you want to be wealthy, just live a life of gratitude. Just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank everything. Every single thing. Thank. It's not that easy, because it sounds really easy, right? Thank not only your friends, the people you love, but thank your enemy. Thank your hater. Thank that person that did you wrong. That's the hardest thing. And they showed me, like, he said, like, for example, if someone did me wrong, I need to say thank you. Like, thank you for being part of my life, of my movie, of this journey that I'm into. Imagine someone steals your phone, and then you get pissed, and you get a new phone, you need to say thank you to that person. Can you say thank you to that person? Kind of hard, right? Because you are pissed, you're angry. So he told me that gratitude, the energy of gratitude, will bring you more. Because this is the important thing. He showed me like echoes of energy. He told me echoes, this is the energy you do. We are always giving echoes of energy. Right now, I'm giving echoes, like waves of energy. How they call it, vibration, like, or frequency. Frequency. Like, my frequency is like, I'm giving off these vibes. We all the time are doing that. So, and like echoes that you give, imagine you give this vibration, that vibration comes back to you. He told me that comes back to you. So if you give vibration of scarcity, like the energy of scarcity, or it will come back to you. It comes back to you. If you give vibrations of, he told me this important, of fear, you're afraid, constantly afraid, you are attracting, you are asking for it. Okay, I think this is the best way to put it is like, you are always asking for you're always asking for things right now. Right now you're asking for bad things or good things to happen to you. And that depends on your vibrational state right now, your frequency. Right now, if you think you are like, for example, they show me like, if you watch horror movies, and I was like, wow, like even horror movies, you get scared, right? There's always an exchange of energy there. The movie is giving you the images, these scary images, and you are giving like, the energy of being afraid, like like tenseness, So that energy will come back to you in any shape, in any form, will come back to you. Say you watch a horror movie and you get really scared, and then afterwards you receive like a bad news at your work. You made a mistake at your work, at your job. You did like a mistake that your boss is like this mistake. And your boss tells you make that one more time. You make that mistake one more time, we will need to fire you, and you get like scared. So you ask for that situation. You ask for it. I know it sounds like, no, but I didn't. Anyways, that's what my higher self told me. Yeah, everything is energy. Everything. And to this day, I believe, I've read about that before. Well, energy, yeah, everything is energy. But in that trip, I experienced it. Everything is just energy. Well, what I suggest is just watch what you are consuming, right? Watch what you read, what you watch on the internet, what posts you see, what you write, you consume, also whether you what's the the persons that you surround yourself with, what vibration they are emanating. You need to see that. You need to, since I knew this, I had to do a massive audit of my life. And for example, I used to watch a lot of angry, this kind of road rage videos. Oh well, the motorcycle goes here, goes there, and the motorcycle gets mad at the car, and the car gets mad at the motorcycle, and they fight and stuff. And the other way, the motorcycle breaks the side mirror, and now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop that, because I felt now made sense, because I used to watch those anger videos, and sometimes I will get messages or comments of haters from long time ago, haters hating on me, I don't even know you, man, and that makes sense, because it's like, now I know, I'm asking for this. Okay, I'm asking for this, yes. Anyways, that's the trip. And I forgot, let me drink water. Health-wise, I'm doing well. Health-wise, I'm healthy, and I could talk. I talk literally. I could see the microorganisms in my body. I could see I could see the bacteria, the cells, the microorganisms, the parasites. And I talked to them, and I was like, I talked to not every single, but they acknowledged that I was there, that I was talking to them. And I told them hey, thank you. Thanks for being here. Just if you are doing something if you want to keep thriving in this big organism, this big universe, keep please don't harm this temple, this body, please. And if you are here, you have some negative intentions, please leave. And I could see how the microorganisms were like getting together and doing things. And I told them, please, if there is anything you need, anything you need to fix, please go and fix it. And I saw them like going there to repair some stuff. And yeah, it's very visual. It's like you see it, like no joke. Like you see the microorganisms, not like it's like, and obviously they don't respond, right? They give you an idea of, hey, you're here, right? Of when you communicate, right? And well, I felt massive love, amounts of love that is nothing new. I felt before. No euphoria, by the way. Normally, some plants or psychedelics, they give you like a sense of euphoria, right? Like ecstasy. But no, in this case, I just felt love and peace, just pure love and great gratitude, a lot of gratitude, love, but also that dark side of me was there. I could feel it from time to time. It's like a dark side, like, and I can feel his shame, something shameful, like, and maybe it's because all the bullying experiences I've had when I was young, bad experiences. We all have this trauma. We all have this dark side. But they told me something. First, you need to learn how to live with that. You need to accept your dark side, but also you need to embrace it. Everything that is you, embrace it. And they told me this, to do this. Like my higher self told me, 1 second. Okay. My higher self told me to do this. Like, it's like hugging you every single day, or whenever you can. Just, thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. They told me thank you and I love you are powerful words. That's what he said. Like, powerful words. Super powerful words. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. And it was like, wow. And yeah, when I would say thank you, I love you, I could feel like, wow, it's like even changes the biochemistry of my body. And yeah, like, own your dark side. That dark side that you have, like, just own it. Like, don't try to repress it, We all have that. It's like a kid. Like, if you have a kid, I'm not my dad yet, but if you have a kid, you will love your kid unconditionally. So you should that to with you. You should that with you, and you should do that with every single thing that is you. Every single thing. And yeah, I mean, like, it was I think, yeah, that's all. That's the experience I had. And afterwards I was, well, of course, tired, because it's like your brain works like really fast. After that, I had like a feeling of some stuff I take it too seriously. For example, work. And I used to, well, that's business, right? Like, I need to finish this work today, and this today, and this today, and this today. And if I don't do it, I fail, But now I'm more chill about it. I'm like, why I'm doing that? I'm just gonna do it until I can, and continue next day, and continue next day, and continue next day, and continue next day, without punishing me. And also, I came back to writing songs, but just doing whatever I want, and without pushing myself, without pushing like, hey, this need to go viral, this need to be the hit song, this will be the hit song. Because that's like saying to your kid, imagine you have a kid and you're like, hey, create a song, or you need to create a song, and if that song is not good, you fail. Imagine what's gonna do to the kid, Imagine you do that, like, hey, if your kid draws something and you're like, you know what, you need to be like Picasso, like, you're a failure. You need to do something that gets you likes and like followers. That's not art, That's not art. So, yeah, I realized that. Yeah, makes sense. And I'm just doing whatever I'm gonna do, whatever I want to do, and I will not let my ego take over, because sometimes your ego takes over, and you do things you are not authentic to you, but you do things that are authentic to who you believe is you, to that mask that you are not. So yeah, I mean, like, yeah, ayahuasca is a really good experience, and I have 2. So I want to do it with my cousin, because he's into that stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna do it maybe next week, I don't know, maybe, but before Christmas for sure. Well, this was my ayahuasca trip report. Hopefully this was helpful, and see you in the next video.